Teacher Zach, and this is the Christmas episode of CRTV. Let's get started with a Christmas story from Teacher Ted.
Stickman by Julia Donaldson. Stickman lives in the family tree with his stick lady love and their stick children 3. One day he wakes early and goes for a jog. Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the dog. A stick, barks the dog. An excellent stick, the right kind of stick for my favorite trick.
I'm not a stick. Why can't you see?
I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman.
That's me. And I want to go home to the family tree.
A notice says, dogs must be kept on the lead. At last, the game's over, and Stickman is freed. He sets off for home with a hop and a twirl. Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the girl. A stick, cries the girl, with a smile on her face. The right kind of stick for winning the race. Has everyone got one? Get ready to throw. It's 1, 2, 3, into the river they go.
I'm not a stick. Why can't they see?
I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman.
That's me. And I want to go home to the family tree.
Stickman is floating. He floats on and on. Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the swan. A twig, says the swan. This twig is the best. It's the right kind of twig to weave into my nest.
I'm not a twig. Why can't they see?
I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman.
That's me. And I want to go home to the family tree.
The nest is deserted and Stickman is free. He drifts down the river and sails out to sea. He tosses and turns till the frolicking foam washes him up on a beach far from home. Here comes a dad with a spade in his hand. Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the sand. A mast, yells the dad, an excellent mast. Hooray! There's a flag on our castle at last.
I'm not a mast for a silly old flag, or a sword for a knight, or a hook for a bag. I'm not a pen. I'm not a bow. I'm not a bat or a boomerang. No, I'm
Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the snow. Here comes a boy in a warm woolly scarf. An arm for my snowman, he says with a laugh.
I'm not an arm. Can nobody see? I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman. I'm Stickman. That's me. And I want to go home to the family tree.
Stickman is lonely. Stickman is lost. Stickman is frozen and covered in frost. Stickman is weary. His eyes start to close. He stretches and yawns and lies down for a doze. He can't hear the bells or the sweet singing choir. Or the voice saying, "Here's a good stick for the fire." Stickman is lying asleep in the grate. Can anyone wake him before it's too late? He dreams of his kids and his stick lady love. Then suddenly wakes. What's that noise above? It starts as a chuckle, then turns to a shout. Oh ho 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 ho! I'm stuck! Get me out! A stuck man? A stuck man? Now who could that be?
Don't worry, cries Stickman. I'll soon set you free.
A scratch and a scrape and a flurry of soot, a wiggle, a jiggle, and out pokes a foot. A shove and a nudge, a hop and a jump, and Santa falls into the room with a thump. Stickman, oh Stickman, you excellent friend! Thanks, thanks a million, thanks without end.
Merry Christmas!
Then Stickman helps Santa deliver the toys to fast asleep girls and to fast asleep boys. Faster and faster they fly through the snow, till Santa says, "Only one chimney to go." Stick lady's lonely. The children are sad. It won't feel like Christmas without their stick dad. They toss and they turn in the family bed. But what is that clattering sound overhead? Someone is tumbling into their house. Is it a bird or a bat or a mouse? Or could it, yes could it, just possibly be? I'm Stickman, I'm Stickman, I'm Stickman.
That's me. And I'm sticking right here in the family tree. Merry Christmas!
Thanks, Teacher Ted. I love Christmas stories. Next up, let's go to Teacher Ben. Teacher Ben has a cooking lesson.
Welcome to a special Christmas edition of In the Kitchen with Chef Ben. Today, we are going to turn this into this. This is a very easy cooking recipe you can make at home or in class at school. Let's get started. So to make our fruit Christmas tree, here's what you're going to need. We're going to need some fruit, an apple, and a carrot are going to be the base of the tree. And then we're going to need some toothpicks so that we can stick in our other fruits. Today I have some grapes, 2 colors, red and green. And of course we're going to need to cut our fruit, so I have my knife. Now let's begin. Whenever we are working with fruit, we need to wash the fruit. So let's put in our fruit into a bowl. We're going to take this over to the sink and get everything washed. Let's make the base of our tree. For the base, you're going to need kind of a big apple and a carrot. Okay, so here we have 3 different sizes of carrots. So you can choose what you want your Christmas tree to look. Do you want it to be tall? Do you want it to be short? Or somewhere in the middle? I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. So we need to take our apple, we're going to cut our apple in half, and then make a hole to put in our carrot. So we have a strong base for our tree. Now always remember when you're using a knife to be careful. Okay, so first we're going to cut our apple in half. Good. Now I have a strong base for our tree. Now I just need to cut a hole in the apple to fit the carrot. Now if your carrot is a little big on the bottom, you can always cut it a little bit so that it is easier to fit in our apple. So I've cut a hole in the bottom of my apple. Good, but my carrot doesn't fit. So I need to cut the carrot down a little bit to make it fit into the apple. Don't cut too much though, because you want it to stand up nice and strong. So now we just take the carrot and we're going to place it inside the apple. Make sure it fits nice and tight. Good. Now we have our base for our Christmas tree. Now we can start adding our toothpicks to the side to put in our fruit. Let's begin. Okay, so next we're going to be adding our toothpicks to our tree. Now toothpicks look a bit like this. That's good, because we can make them into different shapes. So we're going to start at the bottom and start by putting in bigger toothpicks. We're going to put these all around, but once we get towards the top of our tree, we're going to need to make our toothpicks a little shorter. And that's okay. You can just take your toothpick, break it in half, and there you have something smaller. And the smaller ones are going to go up towards the top, so we get more of a tree shape. Here it is after I've put in all of our toothpicks. You can see they go out a little bigger at the bottom and kind of come up to the top. And we have one big one on top. We'll see why we have that later. Now, let's take this. Looks kind of scary. We're going to take this and put it on a prettier plate. Now it's time we add our fruit to our tree. I'm going to be using red and green grapes. All you have to do is just start from the bottom. You can put them in any color order you want. I think I'll go red in one circle and then green in another circle until we get to the top. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I have gone all the way to the top with my grapes. I found as I got closer to the top, I needed to cut the grapes so they would be a little closer to the carrot. But that's okay, because then you just have some tasty snacks while you work. Now, if you look, there are some spots where you can still see the carrot and the apple. If you don't like that, you can always add more toothpicks and more fruit. Now, if we look at the top, our Christmas tree still needs one thing. Of course, what is that? It is a star. So we need to make a star, but we cannot make a star with grapes. So we need to think, what is a different fruit that we already used that we can cut into a star? Aha, the apple. Okay, so let's use our knife and cut a little star to put on the top of our tree. I have cut out a star from the apple, from a piece of the apple that I didn't use for the bottom. So now we can take the star, see where you want the top of the star to be, and then we can put it on the top of our tree. Now we have a Christmas tree made out of fruit. So you have a nice healthy snack. I used red and green grapes because red and green are the colors of Christmas. But of course you can use any fruits that you want. Now is our tree ready? Of course it can be ready. But when people think of Christmas, sometimes they think of snow. So let's try one more thing to make our fruit Christmas tree look a little more like Christmas. Okay. So how can we make our Christmas tree look a little more like it is snowing? Here I have some sugar powder, also known as powdered sugar. I've put a little into a bowl. And I'm going to take a spoon, put some of the sugar into my filter, and then I can just tap the side and dust the tree and make it look like it's a Christmas tree on a snowy day. I think that's enough. Of course, you don't have to put powdered sugar onto your tree. I think it looks pretty nice. I hope you enjoyed today's cooking project of making a fruit tree. And please, if you'd like to do this with your students and your class, take some pictures and send them to us. Until next time, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. This is In the Kitchen with Chef Ben.
Thanks, Teacher Ben. Next up, let's go to Teacher Chris.
Hello. Today, I will show you how to design and make Christmas door decorations. It is super easy to do, and you don't need a lot of materials to do it. Let me show you how. You will need colored paper, double-sided tape, scissors, a utility knife, a marker, a ruler, and measuring tape. Step 1. Use your measuring tape and measure the height and width of the door. Divide the measurements by 10 and draw the classroom door. Step 2. First, I will draw 3 parts: a body, face, and hat. Step 3. Next, I will draw the fur on his hat, a mustache, a beard, a belt, and his eyes. Step 4. Measure, draw, and cut out the different parts. Measure and cut a piece of red paper for the body. Remember to cut a hole for the doorknob. After this, we will measure and cut the face. Next, measure and cut the hat. Use a pencil or a marker to draw the furry parts of his hat. I also used a paper plate to make it easier to draw. Now, take your scissors and cut on the lines. I will only draw the one side of the mustache. After that, I will fold the page in half and cut on the lines. This way, both sides will be exactly the same. Next, I will draw and cut the beard. The beard has 3 parts. Now, I will measure and cut the belt and the buckle. After that, I will cut out his 2 eyes. Tape the different parts to the door. Now that all my parts are cut out, I can start taping them to the door. I use double-sided tape to tape the parts to the door. First, do the body, the face, and the hat. Now, add the first part of the beard. Tape the last two parts of the beard to the door. Now we can move on to the mustache. And the last thing we need to add is the belt, the buckle, and the two eyes. And that is how I decorated my classroom door. As you can see here, there are many different designs that you can choose from. Or you and your classmates can make your own designs. Then ask your teacher to choose the best one to put on your classroom door. I really look forward to seeing some of your designs. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye!
Thanks, Teacher Chris. Next up, Teacher Jack will show us some of the work you sent in last month.
Please send us a picture or a video of your project. Send them to changhua@gmail.com. Here are the submissions for the month of November. Thank you for all your submissions, and thank you for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, Teacher Jack. Next up, let's see some of the work you can send to us for this month. Remember, send your picture to changhua@gmail.com. Some activities you can do this month are to make a Christmas door decoration or to make your fruit Christmas tree. Be sure to take a picture and send it to changhua@gmail.com. That's all for today's episode. Merry Christmas!